brighter than the sun is like wishful thinking for the rest of the week, which shows just a little bit of rain. How's everybody doing? We are here again for our network meeting. Oh, Kat said she's sitting in the sun. I love it. Got to enjoy it while we can, right? Well, who has something good? New listings? Anything exciting going on out there in the market? As always, we like to use the first minute to kind of throw some listings out there or anything that you have exciting going on in the market. You can also throw it in the chat. I
I,
hear
I have
somebody in.
first closing. I just got my license about a month ago. I was licensed for 10 years, a little over 10 years ago, and I just came back into real estate and had gotten my first two listings, and the first one closes on Friday.
That's amazing. And you just got your license again like a month ago?
Yeah,
Look at you.
yeah. Well, I mean, I've known a lot of people in the industry for the last 3 decades, so it's it's helpful to have friends in the industry and new.
Don't diminish it. That's exciting. And that's you putting in work to do it. So congratulations.
You, yeah.
Yes, that's exciting. Who else
And
has
I love
something
the
good to
fairy
share?
godmother marketing. I'm having a lot of fun doing my fairy godmother marketing.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Anybody else want to share something good?
I can. Okay.
Yeah.
I so yes, we closed on my mother's house in Edmonds at 2 million plus property. So
Amazing. That house was beautiful too.
yeah. And then I got my first concrete lead from my newsletter. So that was kind of nice.
Ooh, that's nice. I love it. Awesome. Anybody else want to chime in before we move on?
Hey, this is Michael. Shout out to Raza, Candace, Sean, and MS who have helped hold opens for me over the past month. Thank you guys so much for helping me out. And then I have a Ballard townhome listing coming in a month. If anyone's looking, has buyers looking around Ballard, let's chat.
I love it. Awesome. Exciting. If you guys have any other information too and you want to throw it in the chat, go ahead. If you're looking for opens, if you're looking for people to host opens, drop those in the chat too. This is where we can get some deals done as well using the network, you know, and these meetings to do so. Okay, leadership opportunities. If anybody out there is looking for any leadership opportunities, or you're just interested to see, what the possibilities are, what we do in leadership, what these positions are, and what they entail, reach out to me. Would love to chat with you. Email or text or call. Red Day. I have been hearing all the Red Day plans, so I am very excited to see all of the social media posts that is going to happen across my news feed on Thursday. Be sure to post everything, alert your spheres and your databases. Like, what a great opportunity, not just to do something in your community, but to reach out and include and alert your database as well, right? Use it as a touch point. If you are listening and you do not know what your office is doing in and for Red Day, drop a note in the chat because we will make sure to point you to the right people in the right direction so that you can participate. Red Day is literally one of my favorite Keller Williams days of the entire year. And just getting out into the community and doing something to help, but also being around your peers in the office. Those are days that I would get super close to people in the office. Normally everybody's just like hustle and bustle of work and passing each other in the halls, but this is a day that you can actually get out there together, work together, chat together, hang out, and just really enjoy each other's company as well. So use this opportunity. It's such a great day, and I just love it. So be sure to find out what your office is doing if you're not signed up to participate. April stack graphics are available today. These are editable, so get in there, edit them, throw your logo on them, throw them up on social media, send them out to your database, let them know that you are the expert. Sydney. Sydney runs the morning script practice. It's so amazing, and the conversations are amazing. And the only way for you to get better is to practice and learn and do the role plays and your script practice with everybody. So click the QR code, join in. It's literally every morning at 8:30 with Sydney. Ooh, broker hour with Janine. She is not on today, but here is her schedule for the upcoming days. So it looks like we have the 27th, but broker hours are in person or on Zoom every Wednesday at 2 o'clock. And Rising Tides every Thursday. We've been having a great turnout. Anybody can join this anytime. It's really just it's motivational, but it's topical and it's a mastermind and we can throw out ideas. We generally kind of have one sort of subject that we're following that day. But I don't want to speak for everybody else that shows up, but I feel like we have a really solid group and everybody really enjoys it. So tune in, scan the QR code and join us. It's on Zoom. JC, I'm excited to hear what you have for us today. This is a little flyer for JC's Tech Thursday, you guys. She's gonna share with us a little bit later as well, so you'll be able to see firsthand how amazing she is and how lucky we are to have her running this for us and sharing her knowledge and expertise. She has so much information that is so valuable to help you with your business. So if you're looking to get better at tech, if you're looking to learn something even in particular, you can throw out the idea to somebody in leadership and we will let her know and she will cover it. That's the beauty of having this available to you. You can literally just ask for something and we'll make sure that it's covered. Or chances are we have a video of it already being recorded before. So this is the schedule coming up.
Or we'll find somebody who's great at it to come and cover it if I can't.
Yep. Yep. For sure. Or if somebody is really good at something and wants to teach it on Tech Thursday, we're good at that too. So just let us know. Okay, the Learning Hub, you guys, we have updated our YouTube page. We have updated our BKCO Hub to have all of the information for you. If you are looking for something, chances are we have a video of it somewhere. Here is the QR code for our YouTube page where we have combined everything. So these network meetings are recorded and on there. Our Tech Thursdays, our classes with Janine, contract classes, other stuff that we've done in the past. It's all on there for you guys. So go there and even just take a look to see what's available so you know what options you have, and check it out. We have our Working Moms Collective coming up May 27th. We are doing this once a month, you guys. Here's the QR code. You can scan and register. You can contact me if you have any questions. We covered different topics. We covered taxes and write-off stuff. So it's valuable and it's awesome stuff for working moms. All right. We have Jennifer. Who's on today? JC or Jennifer? Maybe. Bueller? Anybody with Envoy on to share? Okay, going once. Maybe they'll come on after. We'll skip and go through. David Monroe, I know he's on here. We have an update with David Monroe on our market, and we are so excited to have you. Hey, David.
Hey, well, I get to go early today.
I know.
All right. So I'm going to go over some of the what I call market health. So you saw that stats for your county are available through the network. So this isn't to replace that. This is to complement and supplement that. And I like to track some stats that kind of tell us what's going on right now in our market and kind of give us an idea of how we should feel about the market from this point on as well too, and determine what some of the trends are that we're seeing. So I like to start with looking at days on market for pended transactions versus closed transactions. And traditionally, what we see as a stat, if we're looking on trend graphics or InfoSparks or some other type of stats provider, we're seeing the days on market for closed transactions. That's the green line that you're seeing on here. But that doesn't tell the whole story because that tells us what happened a month earlier. right? So we want to know, when did the buyer and seller come to an agreement? That's when the actual activity happened. And so that's why we also track pended days on market, which is the red line here. So theoretically, for the most part, you should usually be able to shift that green line over a month to the left, and you've got pretty much the same shape for both lines, right? Because the days on market for closed transactions should come about a month later, as far as that same days on market as the pended ones. So if we look on the very right, we'll notice that those lines have converged. What this means is that we are probably hitting the bottom of days on market for the year. So this is the time it usually happens. Actually, I should say, this isn't normally the time it happens. It usually happens a month later. At least it did last year and the year before. And then when the market was really hot, it actually happened about 2 months later, like in June instead of April. So what we're seeing is a little bit earlier shift in the market, where we hit the spring market fairly early. We're kind of going from the spring to the summer market a little bit earlier than we usually do. And when those lines converge, that's kind of the bottom. I would expect us to kind of ride that number through probably most of the summer, probably 80% chance, unless there's something that triggers the market one way or the other. All right. So let's see. Let's hit the next slide, and we'll see the individual numbers right now and what they mean to us. So we had 35 days on market for the closed transactions, right? We saw that on the graph. That's down 9 days from the previous month. And so most people would look at that when they're looking at only that stat, which is what most agents use, is only that stat. And they'll say, wow, days on market is really going down fast. We're in a super, super great market. Things are great. But then we look at the average days on market for pended transactions. It only went down 3 days. And that indicates that drop has slowed down or possibly even stopped. So what that tells us is that we're actually seeing a little bit of a slowdown. So the days on market for closed transactions, that very left one, does not tell the whole story. We have to look at what's going on now. And so then we look at the third one over, 44% of listings that came on the market in April went pending in 7 days or less. That's exactly the same number as March, the month before. So that means we may be bottoming out there as well too. And again, usually we're seeing May as being the bottom, not April. So it just means we're making that summer shift a little bit early. And some of you might notice on the bottom of those cards, it shows condo now. We've added in condo as well too. Now, I know that will mean more to some people than others, because like in Island County, where condos are like 5% of the inventory, probably doesn't mean as much as someone in King County, Snohomish, or some of these other counties that we're tracking here too. But this will give you a comparison if you look at the bottom on what's happening with condos and how the condos are faring in relation to single family homes too, right? And then if we look at the very right card, 59 days on market is how long, well, let's just say the listings that did not sell in the first 7 days fall into a new days on market category, if you average those all together. And the ones that didn't sell in 7 days, their average days on market is 59 days. So it's important for a seller to understand that if they want to experiment with the price, they want to test the market. If their property doesn't go under contract in 7 days, then they're in a new days on market group where they're not 35 days on market on average. They fall into a new group of 59 days on market on average. So that's the risk of overpricing. And so that's really important for a seller to understand too. All right. So let's look at the terminated transactions. So this is a fairly important one because it helps us see the health of the market too. How many transactions are falling through? And in April, 14% of the transactions that went pending ultimately didn't close. They were terminated. And it's you look at that, it kind of went up a little bit from March to April. Overall, across these 8 counties, that's not a huge thing. It's 1%. But what I will say is there was one interesting anomaly in one county that I believe is actually what caused this to go up a little bit rather than staying the same or even dipping down a tiny bit. And that's Snohomish County. Interestingly enough, I don't know if you guys in Snohomish County are feeling this, but your terminated transactions went from 9% to 15% in 1 month. So that Snohomish County is a big enough county, it could actually impact this number. So overall, I would say this is not too bad for most of the counties, but we're seeing that, we'll probably hover around 13, 14% plus or minus for the next couple of months. We typically see a lower terminated transaction percentage in the springtime and even into the summer than we do in the winter, right? As the market is moving a little bit faster. Now, one thing here too, is you look at the average days on market for transactions that were terminated is 60 days. Now, remember the average days on market for all these 8 counties in general was 35 days. So, I've had this theory for a long time before we were able to track this that the longer a property, a longer listing stays on the market, the higher the likelihood is that when it goes under contract, it may actually terminate. It might not close. And we finally, we've gotten the numbers over the last couple of years or so where this is evidence that the longer a listing stays on the market, the higher the likelihood is that when they do go under contract, that it won't close. Because of these terminated transactions, there's 14% of the transactions in these 8 counties. The average days on market for those terminated transactions from when they went under contract was 60 days, way higher than the overall days on market. So this is important for a seller too, especially to understand that the longer your property stays on the market, like if you're overpricing it, the higher the likelihood is that when you do get a buyer, that it'll fall through, right? Okay, let's look at the pending transaction insights. So 30% of all listings last month had multiple offers across the 8 counties. That would indicate a fairly decent market, right? 30, almost 1 out of 3, 3 out of 10, right? 14% had an escalation addendum. That's the percentage of ones that went pending with an escalation addendum. So there might have been a bunch more that started with an escalation addendum, but it got taken off before they went mutual, right? 46% had an inspection addendum and 71% had a financing addendum. Now, interesting thing is we're still seeing less than half the market, fewer than half the transactions had an inspection addendum, which is interesting because only 30% have multiple offers. So what we're seeing across the market is the likely result of sellers doing pre-inspections and providing that to the buyer, and the buyer just accepting that, saying that's good enough for me. So be careful if you're on the buy side. Don't fall into the trap of just taking the seller procured inspection report as what is, if your buyer has the opportunity to do their own inspection, right? But because we're starting to see that trend in the market right now. And I don't think that's a good trend, by the way. I would like to see us go back to the trend of, buyers getting inspections when they have the opportunity, right? Back in 2021, the market was moving so fast that a lot of buyers didn't have time to do an inspection. And that's why they use the seller procured pre-inspection. But a lot of times now they actually have time. But we are seeing 100% average pending price to list price ratio. So that's actually pretty good. That shows the market's pretty strong. But yet we're seeing some indications that the market is softening. We're seeing some areas that are seeing price declines. We are seeing the days on market, like we saw just a little bit ago, days on market starting to level out. So we're starting to taper off in the market. It's not going into a bad market. We're just kind of holding stable. We're kind of, in most areas, are about even with last year, plus or minus, but within 1% or 2%. But we just want to keep an eye on this to see where the market's going. So if you're out there right now working, don't slow down. This is the time to be pushing really hard in your business, right? This is what protects you for the second half of the year, is the work you're doing right now, right? All right, so some of you have utilized this. Productivity Coaching Program has an open house certification program and a showing agent certification program for agents that are in the coaching program. If you go to either of these links, so let's take the one on the left, open house agents. we have a program that goes through and trains agents on how to hold open houses for themselves and for other agents. All the best practices, everything they need to do to hold an open house that works. And if you have someone, for example, if you have an open house, for example, where you need someone to host the open house, go to that list. It has the agents, it has their contact information, it has their primary locations, the areas and times that they're willing to do open houses. And then same for the showing agent side is we have a showing agent training program for agents to show properties on behalf of other agents. And so if you have a showing needed in an area, maybe you can't get there because you're either too far away and you don't want to drive there, or because you have a conflicting appointment, go to the showing agent list. And same thing, tells you areas and times that each agent can work in. Now, one quick warning about these QR codes. So these use a bit.ly short QR code. Bit.ly apparently has started putting ads up. And so when you scan one of these links, wait 5 seconds after it comes up, and it will forward you automatically to the actual list. And then bookmark that list once you get there. But just a warning, we'll probably change out the QR codes because I just noticed that this morning when it was too late to change it. But yeah, you scan the QR codes. Don't click anything on the screen for the next 5 seconds until you get to the actual list, because it'll make it sound like, oh, click here to continue, and then you're next thing you know, you're looking at an ad. Okay, so just a quick warning there. But that's all I had for today.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I know these lists, especially for the open house ones and, showing agents, they seriously come in handy too, especially because it'll say like where they're located and you can look for the certain areas. They're really helpful, especially in a pinch when you don't have anybody. So it's good to have those.
Yeah, you can just do a search on the page for whatever area that you need the help in, and then you'll see the agents that serve that area.
Yeah, it's great. Awesome. Well, thanks, David. Next up, we have my friend Simi. How are you? I'm so excited to have you on with us today. Sue, I just saw you have a question for David. Can you throw it in the chat and I'll have him check the chat? Haley, you want to spotlight? There we go. So we can see
Hi.
beautiful face right there. Simi, I'm so excited. So you have a class coming up. So you're going to talk a little bit about that and you're going to dive into a little bit of AI stuff for us, right? Do you need
Yes,
screen share?
I do have my deck. Can
I'll,
anyone
I'll,
present that?
Haley,
yes.
okay, or JC.
Okay. Mm,
Do you want me to do it? I hope I can.
No, it's loading right now, I think. Let me see. You see it?
Yes, I see it.
That works.
Perfect.
Go for it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. And I'm so excited. This is actually a 10 series. So it's a series of classes for 10 weeks, which are going to be held every alternate week. Because I do want you to go home and practice and come back with questions and problems. So I want you to have enough time to whatever you learn to go back and go back to the first slide. Yeah. And it's called The Agent's Edge. And I put a lot of thought behind creating this course. It's been on my mind for years, and I've been doing AI, I want to say, for last 4 years consistently. And I thought this was the time that I really needed to go back and give whatever knowledge I have and share it with my colleagues. You don't have to be on the east side. You could be in any of our offices to be part of this. We are going to cap it at 30 just because I want everyone to have hands-on experience and learn from whatever we are teaching. And I really, really want it to be an interactive workshop. I don't know if many of you know, before I got into real estate, that was my background, teaching interactive workshops. And, I really equate teaching AI to, I started my career as a workshop presenter with teaching Microsoft Office to people because it was so new and so different. and everyone struggled on how to use it effectively. And I feel AI is exactly the same. It's so hard to look at which tool to use because there are so many, and what to do with it and how can we use it. And it doesn't matter if you're a brand new agent or if you've been in the industry for 20 years. This course is for everyone. And I really, really want you to learn, go back, implement. I think that's what's going to make me happy. So I've already said it's a 10-week practical course for real estate agents who want to stay visible, relevant, and confident in a changing industry. And now more than ever, your brand is so important to you. And this course covers it with the lenses of branding yourself. It's all about personal branding right now. People recognize you as you, and that's what we are trying to build with the help of AI. Not branding AI, but branding you as the agent, as the knowledge broker. Next slide, please. So the first class is on May 27, and that's the AI foundations and everyday real estate use, in which I want to talk about the different AI tools available to real estate agents, whether paid or free versions, and also how we can just use AI for creating listing descriptions or writing emails or client communication, staging, because yes, you can use AI to stage your empty rooms or content creation. So it's a very basic class. And if you feel you have a basic knowledge, maybe you can join in the other classes. But at the end of, and I want to make sure that at end of every class, you have a homework to take back and you get something tangible to take. So in this case, you're going to get 10 plug and play AI prompts ready to use the same day. So I want you to take back something that you can go home and try and play. Next slide, please. The class 2, it's on Wednesday, June 10th. All of these classes are going to be 90 minutes classes, and they're going to be held from 11 a.m. to 12:30 a.m. every other Wednesday. And then we go on to building Instagram fundamentals. I do personally get a lot of leads from, I think someone is wanting to enter. Okay. I personally get a lot of leads from Instagram. I have closed recently, I put a buyer under contract for a $2 million home, which came from Instagram. They'd been following me for years. And then when they were ready to buy, they reached out to me. So there are many examples of, I did sit down and do a study, and I realized Instagram is 30% of my business. Whereas it used to be like more of 90% of referrals, but now Instagram has definitely taken over. So let's talk about what are the content pillars for Instagram. Those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, it's just semi real estate. Follow me and see what I do, and then how we can learn together. At the end of the class, you'll be able to take back 2 reels and 1 caption defined in the class. So you are going to be able to use it. I just want to take a pause here before I talk about the other 8 classes. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Simi, I missed it, but is there a QR code or something where we can
Yes,
try?
in the end, there's going to be a QR code for you to register.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
and
you're
you can
awesome.
fill up the Google form and register for as many classes, all 10 of them, or the ones that interest you. So there will be a quick QR code. Maybe we could quickly have people answer on the chat. How many of you are using AI effectively today? Come on, guys. So I can say a mixed response, not me. Claude is the best, always using. Wonderful. Wonderful. And I will be sending out a poll before we do our first class to take an inventory of who is going to be in the class and at what level, so that when I design the class or whatever I promise to teach that during that class is something that is useful to you. Next slide, please. And if I overgo my time, just let me know. Again, so class 3 is again on Instagram growth and engagement. I think I really want to know from everyone here, how many of you are using ManyChat effectively as well as StanStore effectively to respond to people? Okay, I didn't even get one single yes so far. Not effectively, not me, not at all. I am not. Someone said yes. I have StanStore, but not had results yet. Yeah, I think those are the two important tools that we can talk about. They're both paid, but we can also talk about how we can engage our audience without those tools, how strong CTAs can help, and also how strong story sequences can help you get clients. All you need to do is to relate to your clients. Next slide, please. And then this is, I think, the most important class, in my opinion, as a real estate agent, is how do you do your listing marketing? How do you do your presentation to your sellers? And how do you set up your seller communication every week? Homes are staying way longer in the market right now, and we need to send up communication or the market update or the property update to our clients every week. I have 4 live listings, and every week I have to send those 4. In spite of having some conversations during the week, I do send out a weekly report to every seller, and that's all automated. And it's so much simpler and easier, and it does save me time. Believe me, AI does save you a lot of time. It does take up initial time to set up things, but then it does really blow up and give you a lot of free time to concentrate on other things. How many of you are using AI to write your listing descriptions? Yes, I am. Yes, I do. Oh, that seems to be really popular. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, we'll go beyond the listing descriptions. Next one. And then YouTube strategy. How many of you have an active YouTube channel from where you are getting leads? Interesting. There's only one I do. I have got a couple of leads from YouTube, which have converted and closed. So I'll be more than happy to talk about this. And this is something that's very close to my heart. And I am very aggressively working on revamping my YouTube channel. It used to be very active, and then last year it kind of went down, and I am again on my full force to get it up. So I see a lot of people have not set this up. We'll work on 3 different ideas. We'll also work on a one optimized title. We'll work on how we can make it SEO friendly. Also, we can work on what your first 10 videos should be if you do plan to go the YouTube route. I think one word of caution here would be that you have to pick up one platform at a time and then go to the next one. And each platform kind of requires 3 months to set it up before you start seeing results. So it's never overnight, but 3 months later, the results start showing very quickly. Next slide, please. Google Business Profile and reviews. How many of you have Google Business Profile and are posting on it every day? I post twice every day on Google Business Profile.
Graphics only or graphics and video?
I have been doing graphics because the problem with the video is it has to be a 75 MB. It's a small video. So you really have to compress it to put it on Google Business page. So I've been doing graphics right now on your Google Business page.
Amazing.
So I see a lot of people are not doing that either. That makes me excited. I've got a lot of people to teach something. Next one. Blogging and SEO. Again, how many of you have a website and are blogging every day? Okay, once a week. And I'll tell you a funny story. So I post on my blog every day. And I was searching for some information for a seller of mine. I told him I will search the net and I'll get back to him. And this was me searching on Google, not on ChatGPT or Claude or any of the LLMs. But I was just searching on Google and it gave me the results. But when it cited the sources, it actually took up an article from my website to cite me what I needed to search for my seller. And that was the breaking point. I was like, oh my God, it's picking up from my own blogs. And that's when I double down on blogging. And I was like, we have to get one blog out every day. And we will complete, it's not, I don't write all these things separately. It's all clubbed together. And how I have an Instagram post that I write, and then I have a skill in Claude that automatically converts it into a blog, automatically converts it into a LinkedIn post. So there's a lot of automation that goes behind it. Otherwise, I would not have bandwidth to do this every day. It does require a lot of time if you're doing it manually. Let's take a pause here again, see if there are any questions for me.
Is this in person only, Simi?
It's in person.
Dang.
I don't know if Jordan or JC wanted Zoom, but
Yeah, maybe a
I'm
pain.
yeah.
I don't know how it would get coordinated. I have planned it for in person because I wanted to be really hands-on. But yeah, if you want to join us on Zoom, or I'll be happy to share my resources and with you.
It sounds like such good information.
I learned so much from Simi, you guys, and just love learning everything that she does. She's such a pioneer in the video conferencing space and everything tech related. So really looking forward.
Somebody is asking, where is it? It's at KW East Side.
Yes.
Are
All
you
right, where do I
personally
find that address
blogging or
to?
posting content from other sources? I use Metricool to post the content. And we can talk about the scheduling tools because for me, apart from Instagram, everything else is automated. I post on Instagram myself using the Edits app, but everything else is automated. So whether it's TikTok or YouTube Shorts or a LinkedIn post, threads, everything else is automated. Now, how do we sign up for the class? It would be amazing on Zoom as well. Maybe
She's
just you and I
gonna
can
post you
talk
guys.
about it and see if we can make it possible on Zoom. But in my mind right now, it's actually in person, but who knows? Technology can make anything possible. So we might make it on Zoom too.
Well,
Um,
and if it's just one, it's, an hour and a half every other week. People can drive to the Kirkland office, one
ex-
Wednesday every other.
yeah. And it's much easier to answer your questions, look into your phones on how you're using the apps to create or on your laptops. I really want it to be hands-on so that you're able to learn. And then next week, when you come back, you have questions for me.
Mm-hmm.
Next slide. I think people want the QR code, so I'll quickly go over what the other classes is. The eighth class is going to be content systems and batching. Like I batch my content every week. Every Sunday morning, I spend 4 hours batching my content, and that's the only time I spend on it. And after that, I don't. And then for my YouTube videos, I have another half a day set up when I shoot my YouTube videos and I'm done. So batching content is very important because you cannot be posting randomly, and you do have to have a strategy behind how you're going to be posting. It's very, very important. Otherwise, you won't be consistent, and consistent is the secret sauce. If you're consistent, you will get leads. If you're not consistent, you will never get leads. Somebody has a quick question. JC, do you want to read it out to me? I didn't get my reading glasses.
Yes, let me check here. Is it okay if I sign up for a few classes or do I need to enroll in all full courses?
No, you can enroll in whichever class interests you. And that's why when you will see the registration form, there are check boxes if you want to register for all the 10 classes or if you want to pick up few. That's fine. I don't expect everyone to come for every class unless you've never used AI but I do want to start from basics from someone who doesn't know anything or knows very little and wants to grow. I'm there for them too, and I'm there for anyone. And I'm happy to learn from you if you're doing something that I don't know, because this is such a vast thing. I'm sure I don't know 100 of things as well. And I'm more than happy to learn from you. So if you are doing and using AI or social media in a different way, that would be amazing. And we could co-collaborate in the class and talk about it. So more than happy to learn from you as well. The last, I think the two more slides. And again, personal brand and the confidence on camera. I think this is such an important class just because everything evolves around you, your personal branding, and what do people perceive of you, and how do you find your own tribe. What I have learned from my experience is that being fake on Instagram or YouTube doesn't help, but being you does help because then people feel genuine about you and they feel, oh, I can relate to her and I can talk to her, and everyone will find their own tribe. The reason I put this class towards the end and not right in the beginning was because I want you to learn the tools and get comfortable first. The camera confidence is such a big issue. I run into so many people who say, I don't want to be on a camera. And JC can tell you how I didn't want to be on the camera as well. I detested being on camera. Even till today, it's an uncomfortable thing to do. It doesn't show on my reels or on my YouTube. It feels I'm very confident, but that's just a second alias that I have that is camera friendly and I can speak to it.
Yeah, practice. JC says practice.
Exactly. And then the last class is going to be your 90-day action plan and implementation workshop, because I do want you to leave with an action plan on what are you going to do for the next 3 months. Like I said before, it takes 3 months for whatever platform you choose to actually get to being consistent. And once you're consistent and comfortable in one platform, then you move on to the other. And it's so important to have that 90-day implementation plan. And now the QR code. There you are.
Love it. We'll give everybody a second to scan it. We can also send this out. Your leadership teams will have it. I'm going to send it out in the next newsletter. So like it's going to be in a lot of places. But take a second to scan it here. And like I said, each leadership team will have it and post it up in their offices as well.
Yeah, and if you need anything from me, just feel free to reach out to me. You can reach out to me on Instagram at Simi Real Estate, or you can send me an email at simi@simirealestate.com, or you can send JC an email, she'll forward it to me. Anything you specifically want to learn and I haven't talked about in this, I can see how I can incorporate that as well. I want this to be your workshop. I want it to be for you, so there's something that you take away. Nothing will give me more happiness than seeing you use it and implement it. That's all about
Love
me
it.
and the workshop now.
Love it.
Thank you.
It looks so good. Oh, Haley dropped it in the chat as well. Anybody have any questions? Awesome. Well, we're excited. I wish that I was there so I could attend it because it looks really good. JC. Hello, friend.
Hello.
Oh, I think you're still on your screen share.
I am.
Did you have something else for us too?
I did just really briefly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll make it quick, but thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share more about the Tech Thursdays and a little bit about Canva, as I know a lot of people have been asking, where can I access this Canva enterprise account? So I'm just going to follow up with that, but also thank you, Simi, for putting this together and for taking the time to really iron out every detail. Really excited to have this class and for you guys to all come and enjoy it with us too
I'm
here.
excited too. I'm really excited about it.
Good, good. We are so lucky to have you and to share all the knowledge. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Excuse me. So I want to start off by dropping this link right here. Canva.kw.com will be the only way to start with your Canva enterprise account. This is where people go wrong. They start an account or they try to log in with their regular KW email. Canva.kw.com will open up a web page that's similar to your command login. So if you haven't logged in for the first time, you will encounter that, and then you will arrive at this Canva layout with a banner that says KW X Canva is here. So when you see that, you know you're in the right place. We've covered this quite a bit on our Tech Thursday class, so you definitely check the recordings on the Tech Thursday Hub. It looks like this. So the latest class was about 10 days ago. Last week we did cover ManyChat. There were a lot of going back and forth, so I'm gonna create a shorter version that's a little bit more step by step, but also Simi's gonna cover that all in her upcoming class too. Mine is very brief on just setting it up. Definitely take all the classes you can attend. Going back into Canva really briefly, there's some new updates I want to share with you guys. So prior to our first rollout, we didn't have the opportunity to create a brand. Now we do. So if you go into your account on the left nav bar from top to bottom, we're looking at the projects that you've created, the templates that are available in Canva, and then there's brand. In there, you'll find all of the Keller Williams logos, templates, and all of the things that we normally use that you can definitely use too. All brand templates will give you all the templates under the Keller Williams brand. These are similar to the ones that were present in designs, if you guys remember that. The new thing here is if you click on core brand kit, you can now add a personal brand kit, and you can add your colors, your fonts, anything pertaining to your specific brand, and you can only create one. So that's one of the newest additions and features for our enterprise account that we have and share. But if you have any questions, or yes, like Lena said earlier, if you want to see a different class, please feel free to reach out. I'll drop my email in the chat, and we can feature that on the next Tech Thursday rollout. We put out classes, new classes every month to try to keep up with all the new changes in the tech and marketing world. The next class coming up is with Stacy and I, and we'll be talking about Linktree. Similar to Stan Store, it's a mini site where you centralize all of the different resources that you have, maybe showcase your listing that you have coming up, a lot of different ideas there. But the point of that link tree is a mini site that can act as a lead funnel for you. It can act as a shortcut to all the resources that you have. And I'm really happy to bring that out to you guys with Stacy. The last class of the month. We're not doing anything this Thursday because we know it's Red Day. The last class will be about listing content system, all the different avenues of creating marketing material. So that will be the last class of the month. And that's all I have for you guys.
Love it. Kim said, where do we find the Tech Thursday recordings? And we do have them on our YouTube page. So I think that link was dropped earlier, but we can go ahead and put that again. They're on the BKCO Hub. So we, sorry, just saw the earlier post. So yes, they're in lots of places, but definitely our YouTube channel has all of these recordings for you guys. And if there's something in particular that you're looking for and you don't see it, just hit up your leadership team because we have it somewhere if it's not a recent posting that we have for you. JC put the link in there again, so go ahead and snag that up. And yeah, super appreciate JC and all of her marketing and tech classes that she does. It's so useful and so much value. And that tied in with this new class that Simi's doing, like there is so much value for you guys for things that you need to know to help your business right now, right? Obviously, we want to know about market stats and being an expert in the market, but we have to be able to utilize the tools that are available to us in today's age to stay ahead. And like Simi said, brand yourself and make your name known and be out there. And there's tools that you have that you can use, whether it's ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or the Canva, Keller Williams Canva account. Like you have all of these things to help your business. So we want to make sure that you have these classes available to help teach you. JC does the Tech Thursday every single week with a new topic, and then with Simi rolling out this AI class, which it was so much more than AI. She's talking about like different things with YouTube and different like the ManyChat integration that you can use. There's so many amazing features that she's going to cover in that. I just really recommend that you tune in where you can to all of these resources, the videos, whatever it is in person. Tune in. If you're not sure where to start, just ask your leadership team so they can point you in the right direction because we want you to succeed. We want you to learn all of this stuff. We want you to be ahead in the game and in the market and all of the things so that you can grow your business and be successful. That is all we have today, you guys. Thank you for being here. JC and Simi, thank you so much. David, thank you for the market updates. We appreciate you guys. Reach out if you have any questions or need anything. And we look forward to seeing you guys soon. And enjoy your Red Day, you guys. If you're not signed up, sign up. Find out what your team is doing, join them, and go out and serve the community that you work in. All right? Have a good day, you guys.